Okay, quick overview of today. The first thing you're going to do is watch this video clip, and you're going to write three things that enzymes do, and it will come up with numbers 1, 2, and 3, and then add one additional piece of information. If you don't have time during the video, you can always go back. Second thing you're going to do is watch this molecules review video, and you may want to jot down some notes on somewhere in your notebook related to this. Finally, you're going to work on the enzymes worksheet, and let's go over this together really quick to get you started on that. So you should be taking out that enzyme cutout activity sheet right now. And basically, you need to know that enzymes are proteins and they help chemical reactions occur faster. So I would underline faster. They increase the rate at what the reaction takes place. They also are going to lower the energy required, right over here, lower the energy required for the reaction to take place. So those are very important things to know. Now, first, the enzymes react with the substrate to form an enzyme-substrate complex, like a lock and key. And once this complex is formed, the substrate becomes a product or products and leaves the enzyme. The enzyme can then repeat the reaction with more substrate. The enzyme is shaped so it will react with only one specific substrate. On the next page are shapes of enzymes, substrates, and products. Your job will be to cut them out, manipulate them, glue them, and explain the reaction that occurs. And you will complete parts A, B, C, and D. You'll then go on to define the terms enzyme, catalyst, chemical reaction, activation energy, substrate, active site, and denatured. These are the shapes that you're going to be cutting out. Before you cut them out, you want to color them, and the substitute will let you know what colors to color them. So please color them based on what he or she says. Then you'll cut those out. Now here's an example of something similar to what you're going to be doing. So here we have an enzyme, and here we have two substrates. So the enzyme plus the two substrates, and this is the active site. Then you form the enzyme substrate complex. This is where it's all together. And on yours, this will be the piece that's got the dashed line. That is the substrate you'll use, the one with the dashed line here. So again, we have the active site. The point of attachment is going to be where they bond. Step 3, you have you've got the substrate here, and now you've got the product that is composed of A and B substrate. It's now product A and B, and notice it is a different substance. Here you had yellow and blue, and voila, it makes green. So A and B combine using the enzyme, and the enzyme takes action and produces the new product. So A plus B, utilizing an enzyme, gives us AB. Finally, step 4, the product is released and the process starts again. Now notice our enzyme in all of these remains the same. It remains unchanged. So this is what you're going to be doing with the cutout pieces that you will be coloring and cutting out. Alright, from here, at this point, you should have done number 1. You're going to color and cut out the enzyme substrates and products. You're going to organize the cutouts on colored paper. So if you look over on the wire rack where you pick up work when you're absent, there is some colored paper in the middle sections. You're welcome to use any of those sheets. So you will glue on the enzyme plus the substrate. So you'll cut out the enzyme, and you'll write the plus sign and put substrate. Then below that, I would put the enzyme substrate complex. Remember, that is when they are all bonded together. Then underneath that, I would put the enzyme plus the two products that are created. And again, you'll get the colors from the substitute. You'll glue these cutouts in the appropriate places on the colored paper. You'll then label the cutouts that you glued as the following compounds. The enzyme is going to be lactase, the substrate will be lactose, and the products will be both glucose and galactose. Now, with the above terms and equation, you're going to explain what happened. Write your explanation on the same side of the construction paper and use as many vocabulary words from Part A as you can. You'll then go and do Part C. You can read through this. Basically, you're doing the same thing. with a different enzyme. From there, you're going to work on Part D, and on Part D, you're going to be reading this. Each enzyme works best at a certain temperature and pH. Both temperature and pH are things that can denature a protein. Denature means it's going to break it down so it doesn't work. So again, denaturing a protein will change the protein site. It won't have that active site. It'll change the shape of it so it won't work. Whoops. So what you're going to do here is use this information and create a graph based on the information over here. Don't forget to label your X and Y axis appropriately. Now, if you're still having trouble with the idea of enzymes, substrates, and complexes, there are these other resources. You can look at the Bozeman video or the enzyme song. There is, one additional handout that you picked up, and you need to do the front side of that and have that ready to go for Thursday. You need to answer questions 1 through 19. Again, 1 through 19 on the last handout that you picked up. It goes over the macromolecules. All right, have a great day.